As your child gets older, they're going to be tempted by all those brightly coloured cereals in the cereal aisle of the supermarket. And they're fine as a treat, but they can be quite high in sugar. So although it's great that your child wants breakfast, you may find that they get a sugar hit and then a sugar low at about 11 o'clock in the morning. But how do you get them to eat a wholesome, hearty breakfast? And you know you really want them to eat something like oats and maybe even porridge, but it just doesn't stand a patch on those free gizmos. So this recipe is called purple porridge. Sounds a bit more intriguing. No, we're not adding food colouring, but what we are adding is some really delicious, nutritious fruits and berries. And it's the fruits and the berries, the dark berries, that really give it this amazing colour. The dark berries are high in antioxidants. In fact, all purple foods are, even things like beetroot. And antioxidants are really fantastic for staving off disease and are even thought to help prevent cancer. So purple porridge is a simple one-pan recipe. So a medium or even small saucepan's fine, and we start off by adding some rolled oats. So pop those into the pan. Then we're going to add some whole milk. Whole milk is such a great start to the day, lots of fantastic nutrients like vitamin D and calcium and vitamin A. Make sure that all of the oats are completely covered, you're not ending up with any dry lumps. Just pour that in. Now I like to add some seeds like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds into this, depending what your little one's like with bits. If your little one doesn't like bits, then either you can leave them out, no problem at all, or if you like, again, when you're blitzing the oats just to make them a little bit smaller pieces, you can put the nuts and the seeds in there, and that will help them not notice they've got some bits in. But they add a really nice flavour to them as well. And then what makes this a purple porridge is the fruit. Now, if they're in season, you can use some fresh fruit like strawberries, raspberries, and some currants like black currants. And black currants really what give that dark purple colour. If they're out of season, then you can get some really lovely summer fruit mixes that are frozen. And this is perfectly fine to get those. And in fact, once they're frozen, the fruits go quite soft, and so you don't end up with any large pieces in the porridge. It just runs into it, makes it really quite smooth. So there's no added sugar at all. I'm just going to put some of these fruits in. I'm keeping these pieces quite big, but if your little one doesn't like larger pieces, then you can always cut them up. Because it's cooked though, you'll find that the fruit does cook down and kind of disintegrate. Got some juice in there as well. So stir it all in. You can see it's already started to go that beautiful purple colour, and it'll get stronger as it cooks. So just give it a gentle heat. You want to bring it up to a slight bubbling, and then drop it down to a simmer for about 5 minutes. You really don't need to stand over this pan. In fact, if you stand stirring, you end up with a real gloop. You'll bring out the starch in the oats and end up with a real sort of gloopy stodge. So give it a good mixing to make sure it's covered, and then allow it just to come up to the boil and drop it to a simmer while you get on with other things for the morning. So you can see it's starting to bubble around the edges. Now I added a little bit of honey to this recipe, and I just want a quick word about honey. Honey is fine as a sweetener for children that are over 12 months. But if your little one's not quite at that stage yet, then avoid honey. It's thought to have some things in it that a little baby's immune system really can't cope with. So instead, if you want to add some sweetness to things, apple juice is really quite sweet and can add just that sweetness to bring the flavours out. Okay, I think our porridge is ready now. So just simply serve up in a bowl ready for your child. You have to let it cool off a bit. You can see the real purple colour coming through. Now, if your child really likes creaminess, then why not add a few spoonfuls of yoghurt? And just swirl those through. And it'll help cool it down, because by now you can be sure that they're ready to tuck in. So that's purple porridge.